The world is watching live as Egypt is being transformed, but there's a deafening silence from the United Nations' powerful Security Council. The violent unrest has still not been discussed by the Security Council, not even during closed-door meetings. Will that change anytime soon? A clear message from the 5 permanent members of the Council. Russia?
Mr. Ambassador, are you going to discuss Egypt at all today in the Council meeting?
France? China? Britain? And a brush-off from the United States. And from the current president of the Security Council.
Excuse me, Mr. Ambassador, are you going to discuss Egypt at all today?
So why is the Security Council avoiding the discussion? The uprising in Egypt is not yet an international matter, meaning no other nation is directly involved, nor are there refugees fleeing Egypt to neighboring countries. The Council's position is it's not their job.
So far, there has not been a request by members of the Council for a briefing on the situation in Egypt. I think that the current view is that this situation is being dealt with at the national level.
In its 66 years of existence, the Security Council has never discussed an ongoing popular uprising. It's a very sensitive topic to certain nations. But some feel the fact that those 15 nations who sit here haven't even discussed what's going on in Egypt indicates that the Council is out of touch with the world.
The Security Council was a body established in very different circumstances, where the main threat to peace and security was of conflict between states. These days we see that the main threat to stability and to human welfare and to human life is conflict within states.
The UN Secretary General, viewed as the world's moral authority, has commented on Egypt, keeping his statements very similar to those of the United States.
It is important at this juncture that it is ensured that an orderly and a peaceful transition should take place. I urge all the parties to engage in such a dialogue and such process without any further delay.
The Secretary General said he plans on meeting with members of the Security Council to discuss Egypt. As for the UN General Assembly, the body representing 192 nations, any resolution taken up by the delegates would be non-binding and mainly symbolic. They too have not acted in regards to Egypt. Many of them are not considered free nations by international standards, so it's unlikely that those countries would take the hypocritical step of voting for a resolution condemning what's happening in Egypt. Scott Heidler, Al Jazeera, the United Nations.